Nice to see you too. How's your day been so far? Early?
I do remember 2 years ago, Facebook became a public company.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a festival.
Yeah.
A similar thing will happen in Japan.
With what?
Very similar thing will happen in Japan. I will tell you later.
Okay, cool. That's exciting.
Yeah, exciting.
Yeah, sweet. And Julieta, welcome to class. How's it going? Hmm.
Hello, it is going well, thank you.
Nice. Good to hear.
Hi, Heidi. Nice to see you again.
Hello.
Hey.
Buongiorno. Buonasera.
Buonasera. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, so it's been a while. That was good to have old students back. Julieta, what have you been up to today?
I have been for a walk.
Okay, that works. I might say I went for a walk.
I went for a walk.
But I mean, I have been for a walk. I mean, it works. It sounds like really formal, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. Ksenia, how about you? How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, good to hear. What have you been up to today, Ksenia?
Actually, nothing special.
Nothing special. Okay.
Usual stuff. Yes, work, gym, English.
All right. Work, gym, English. I guess that all sounds like the usual stuff. Okay. And who else do we have? Luis, how are you?
Hola. Hi, I'm fine, thank you. And
Nice.
you?
Doing well,
Nice,
thanks.
nice. Yes.
Luis, I do not think I've had you in class before.
No, it's the first time.
How's it going, and where are you from?
Yes, I'm from Brazil and now I am living in Spain. And
Okay.
I'm here to try to improve my English.
Okay. Cool.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah. Well, welcome to class. It's nice to meet you. I'm not in the library. This is
Okay.
the
It's your
house that
house. It's your home.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the house that I'm
I think
renting.
you are a good professor. You are a good student too.
Yeah, I definitely like to read, that's for sure. But yeah, no, Julieta, I got really lucky in that there's like a million books in this house. They're like, it's
Okay.
all of the walls are just bookshelves. It's so awesome. Yeah, but so yeah, this is just where I live at the moment. We also have Wilson. Wilson, welcome to class. How's it going?
Okay, I'm fine. How are you today?
Doing well, thanks.
Doing well.
And Wilson, what have you been up to today?
Not special. I stayed at home and I took some classes, watched TV, and now I'm here ready for your class. Okay?
Okay, nice. Good to have you.
Okay, thank you.
And we also have Yamaura. Yamaura, how's it going?
It's going fine.
Nice. Okay. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Yamara?
Xiomara.
Yomara.
Xiomara with like a C.
Xiomara. Xiomara.
Yeah.
Okay. And Xiomara, where are you from?
I'm from Puerto Rico, but I live in New York. So right now I'm in the Bronx.
Nice. Okay. How do you like New York?
I like it. I like
Okay.
it, yeah.
Good. Okay. And yeah. Xiomara, what do you like to do for fun? What do you do in your free time?
I watch TV, I listen to music, and I do burbling.
Okay. TV, music, and burbling, all good things, I guess. Okay. And Gregors, welcome to class. Gregors, how's it going?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. And what have you been up to today, Gregors?
So I spent I don't know 3 hours on Verblink. The rest of the time I was reading one of my favorite books. Yeah, I decided to read the English version and grab some vocabulary from it, make some notes, and I was in a church, so a couple of different things.
Okay, what book?
Unix Haters. It's the book criticizing the Unix because I am a Unix user, so I think it will be much fun to read something more humorous about it. When people just so angry about some solution in the operating system, they just posting. And someone made a book 20 years ago, but it's the same problems.
Okay, interesting. It sounds kind of like a cool book. All right, and Edson, welcome to class as well. Edson, how are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
Doing pretty well, thanks. And Edson, what have you been up to today?
I've been talking in Verblink and studying for GRE test, and now I'm eating chicken.
Eating chicken, okay.
Yeah, and bacon. You know that kind of bacon you just you lick like bacon with chicken. I don't know how can I say this, but yeah, that's bacon and chicken together. It's delicious.
I am drinking a beer. Are
you?
Okay. So chicken, bacon, and beer. Sounds like they'd actually probably go well together. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Edson, good to see you again. Lawson, how's it going with you? Lawson, are you there? Okay, maybe not. Lawson, I would suggest leaving class and then trying to come back. That might help. Yeah, so sometimes if you can't speak, try leaving class. I think that would solve probably your issue. Let's get started with today's class. Talk about literature. So let's have Xiomara. Can you read the title and the next lines?
The title, literature.
Yeah.
And
the next lines? Yeah.
Okay. Today we will read some quotations, practice verb conjugations, practice the role, play, and read comics.
Nice. Good job. And Xiomara, can you ask Wilson the first question?
What is one of your favorite books? Why do you like it?
I don't have a special favorite book. I like to read biographies, and for sure, as I work with technology, I always read technological books and manuals and this kind of thing. Talking about biographies, I like the John Kennedy biography, Elizabeth Taylor, and in Brazil, I have some presidents' biography that I read. That's it.
Okay. What did you like about the JFK biography? Why did you like that one in particular?
Yes, how he got the presidency and what he was going to do, and for sure how he was killed in Dallas, and the problem with Russia and all the tension we had with the Cold War. So I like this kind of reading.
Nice. Okay. So just had a lot of information in it. There's definitely tense problems with Russia. Okay.
Yeah, yes. Okay.
Okay. Cool. And Wilson, can you ask Luis the next question?
Luis, how important is the cover of the book? Luis?
Excuse me, but I didn't understand what is cover. The cover.
Okay. I don't understand.
The first page of the
cover.
Hi, teacher. Hi, guys.
Is that Lawson?
Yes.
Hey,
can you
how's
hear
it
me
going?
now?
Yeah.
Fine, thank you.
Okay, nice. Welcome to class.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad you can talk now. All right, so
Okay, I understand now. I asked for our Oraculous Google, and he he speak me that cover is the very important because yes, he told me that the cover is very important to because when one person go to the library to shop a book, he first he first will see the cover, and I think the cover is it's very important. Uh, I think a good uh, a good the cover have to have to has a good I don't know a good quality it's the word a good quality.
yeah,
And the cover is very important. A color cover. Uh, um, it is.
okay.
Excuse me.
No worries. You did a good job. So he told me this is good if you're personifying Google. So he told me the cover is very important when a person goes to the library. We wouldn't say you shop for a book at the library.
Hmm.
We might say to look
To look. Okay, to
for
look for a
the
book.
book. He will see the cover, and then first at the end, he will see the cover first. I think the cover is very important. I think a good
Quality.
okay.
Yeah.
So I think the cover because it's the third person. How do we change have?
Hmm.
Okay, so we'd say has. The cover has
Okay,
to
has
have a good quality,
quality. Quality.
or maybe just good quality. The cover has to have good quality.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So just a couple corrections. I think the cover is very important. I think the cover has to have good quality.
Okay.
All right. Nice work, Luis. And Luis, can you ask Lawson the next question?
Okay. Do you enjoy watching movies that came from books? Why or why not?
Yes, I enjoy watching movies that comes from books because it's 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 written by the favorite writers
The former illustrators?
by the famous writer
Famous writer.
and the story would is very important.
And the story is very important. Okay. So I love watching movies that come. We would have to add from books because not it is. They are
They are
written.
writing.
Famous writers. They're written. Can you repeat? They are written.
Written.
Written. Yeah.
They are written by famous writers.
And the story is very important. Okay. Nice. Well done. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay. And let's have Ksenia, can you read through the words?
Dialogue, explication, tension, symbolism, Implication, synopsis, conclusion, rising action, falling action, denouement,
It's a denouement.
denouement.
Yeah, somebody who speaks French can pronounce it better than I can, but at least my teachers would say denouement. So denouement. And then synopsis.
Synopsis,
And explication.
explication.
Good. All right, questions about any of these words? Does anybody have any questions?
I need to know the definition for synopsis.
Synopsis. Does anybody know what a synopsis is?
I think it's a kind of summary of a book.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like a kind of summary.
An abstract.
In abstract, yeah.
Yes.
So
Summary.
brief or yeah,
Not
a summary. Oh yeah. Thanks. Summary of a book, an abstract. So yeah, a condensed statement with a general view of a subject. Good.
you.
Any other questions?
I think the meaning of rising action, and I think in this meaning, rising, okay, action, okay, but rising action, what does it mean?
Okay, who knows what the rising action is? Nobody?
It's something about epics of the story, no?
The ethics?
Apex from the story. So it's
Apex. Okay. The apex.
Apex.
So yeah, it's what happens before the apex or the climax of a story. So if we've got a story, and generally a story is supposed to look like this, we've got all this beginning is the rising action, then we have what we would say the climax, and then we have the falling action, or the denouement.
Very good. The movies are mathematics too.
Excuse me?
The movies are mathematics.
Yeah, they have they definitely have their formulas. Yeah, okay. And any other question?
Movies are from mathematics.
Yes, the books, the movies are mathematics.
He's saying that stories have formulas that maybe authors and directors follow. So yeah, he's just saying because there's a formula to it, it is like mathematics. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Another question, implication, because I think there is a specific meaning in this vocabulary. Implication in a book, in a history, what is it?
It's, I mean, pretty much the same thing. Does anybody know what an implication is? What's implication?
Is the effects of something?
Okay, go ahead, Heidi.
Noun form of imply.
Yeah, the noun form of imply. The noun of imply, for sure. So,
indirectly.
yeah, something said indirectly. Yeah, something that should be naturally understood. Good. And Ksenia, can you use implication in a sentence?
I don't think so. Maybe Heidi could.
Yeah, Heidi, do you think you could use implication in a sentence?
Okay. He already told you by implication.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so he said it without saying it. Yeah, he already told you that by implication.
Can,
You know, excuse me?
can I can I say a sentence about implication?
Yeah, for sure.
Mm. The boss in the company has the boss in the company has an an important implication in this project.
Not quite. The boss in the company has an important implication. Like, you could say has been implicated, generally for being implicated in a crime. I think that's really the only time I've ever used implicated in that sort of way. You're implicated in a crime involving...
Can I say the implication of the boss in this about this project is very important? The implication.
No. It sounds really strange. The only time we'd like be implicated in something is like that. It'd be like in a conspiracy or in a crime or something like that. Yeah, it sounds really. It doesn't quite work like that. Unfortunately, Lawson. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. Implications of the new work are far-reaching. They will change how we do science. So something like that, like the implications in that, like the meanings of the new work, like what it will affect. So you could use it like that in a little bit more of an active way. But yeah, we wouldn't say, yeah, he misunderstood the implication of the statement. Yeah, that's really good. Ksenia, that's another good sentence. Good. Any questions here before we move on? Any other questions?
Can we use implications just with negative actions or positive as well, or it doesn't matter?
No. This could be positive too, like the implications of the new work are far-reaching, like how it will change things. It's good. He told you by implication. He said it without saying it, so it's not negative or positive, really. Yeah. So if you want to like go more into the word, you can like that's a good. I mean, the definitions has a number of different definitions that are all similar. Implication of junk food. Implication of junk food disease. Yeah, Juliet, that could work as well. The documentary was about the implication of junk food and diseases. Good. And right, any other questions? Okay, let's work with some of these words, and let's have Ksenia. Can you try the first one?
Okay, but I read. It's okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me go on. Sorry. Thanks. And all right, let's have Heidi, I guess. Although, yeah, Heidi, try that first one.
The implication of
Not implication.
Dialogue. Yeah. The dialogue between the two characters sounded fake.
Nice. Well done. Gregors, what about the next one?
I don't think you I don't think you read this book at all. Give me a synopsis, please.
Good. Really well done. And Julieta, the next one?
I can't stand this tension.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand this tension when will he tell her that he loves her?
Well done. Good job. Good pronunciation too. Edson, what about the next one?
If you ignore the ending, the explication and the conclusion, the book,
What's another word for ending?
the conclusion and the falling action, the book read pretty well.
And how did you conjugate to read?
Reads pretty well.
Yeah, the book reads pretty well. So this is, oh wow, grammatically a little bit strange. The book reads well, because the book obviously doesn't read actively. It's a figure of speech that's pretty common, so people will say the book reads well, and that, you know, how you read it sounds good. Does that
So
make sense, everybody?
It means that the guy didn't read well the book. Is that because he ignores the ending, the conclusion, the following action?
Not quite. It's kind of, it's. Can anybody explain this sentence?
Can that be understood as even if he missed those three elements, the book still read well?
Was read.
Sort of. Not was reads. The book reads well. So the book is good. You're close. It's a little bit different than that. Can anybody else
In common, the
explain?
book is great, but the ending, conclusion, and failing action are bad.
Exactly. So it's saying that, you know, the beginning of the book is good, even up to the climax, but like the ending of the book is just miserable. If you ignore the conclusion and the following action, it's like a pretty good book. Yeah, nice job, Ksenia. Thanks. And where do we have? And okay, so Edson, you just did that one, I believe. So let's have Xiomara. Can you try the next one?
Who?
Xiomara?
Okay. Your. Oh my God. Let me just read the question and then I will answer it.
Okay.
Your of the poem is even more confusing than the poem itself. If you don't rewrite it, or if you don't rewrite your essay, I to give you an F.
Mm-hmm.
The conclusion?
Not conclusion.
Explication?
Yes. Good. And how do we conjugate to give?
To give?
Yeah, how would we conjugate that?
I will give you an F.
Good. I'll give you an F. Well done. Okay. And does anybody have any questions here?
Yes, teacher.
Mm-hmm.
About the fourth sentence. The book reads pretty well. Where is the subject of the verb? The book?
Yeah. So.
But I don't understand. The book reads pretty well. Can you explain?
Yes. It's a really complicated. It doesn't necessarily make sense grammatically. It's a figure of speech. So the book reads well. Obviously, the book isn't reading. So this is kind of common way of saying that the book is well written. Someone reading the book can enjoy it. It's just another way of saying it's a good book. The book reads well, so the person reading the book will enjoy it because it is good. Grammatically, it is awkward, and it's only because it's a common saying that I included it. So somebody will frequently say the book reads pretty well. It's like, it's a good book. But grammatically, it is a mess.
The book reads well. It means it's a good book.
Yeah. So again, the grammar. It's impossible to explain. It doesn't really make sense. The book doesn't read. It's not actively the subject. That's what people say. I don't know. Does that make sense? Do you understand?
Because in this case, in Manipunyo, we have to use a passive voice.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's even a little bit more complicated than that because you don't even have a subject. It just doesn't. I don't know how to explain it grammatically. It's not a grammatically correct way of saying something. The book reads well. It doesn't make any sense. But if somebody says it, just know it means it's a good book. Reading the book is pleasurable. Yeah, just remember it. I don't know, Lawson, there's no real way of, getting your mind around the meaning. It's a good book. Okay, any other questions?
One phrase with symbolism, just to make sure I got the meaning. Symbolism.
Yeah. Okay, let's have Wilson. Was that your question? Whose question was that?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe who can make a sentence with symbolism?
The symbolism of this book is a social difference between different clans in India. Oh no, it's wrong sentence. I don't know.
Yeah. So. Excuse me.
Can I give a sentence?
Yeah.
The eagle, the symbolism of the eagle is the master of the sky.
Symbolism of what?
The eagle. Eagle
is the master
of the sky.
Yeah, so the eagle kind of symbolizes, them being the master of the sky. Often we would probably make that active, so the eagle, you could say, is the symbol for the master of the sky, or symbolizes the master of the sky. The symbolism of the eagle is the master of the sky. Yeah, that works as well. He uses the symbolism of hot and cold to lead the character through the novel. So he uses symbolism of hot and cold to lead the character through the novel. So like the symbols of hot and cold, when applied to literal things in the story, act as something else, as like guideposts or different symbols. So yeah, you can use different symbols. The symbolism of the eagle can be the master of the sky. Hopefully that makes sense. Do you understand, Wilson? Symbolism?
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, and let's actually go into some of these. And let's have Wilson, can you read this quotation?
Okay, quotation. Death discredits. Survival is is the road's success. The voice of the dead goes away. There isn't any memory. The power that's established fills the earth, and this destiny is whatever survives. So whatever is right. The Adventures of Augie March, Soul Below.
Yeah, Saul Bellow
Saul Bellow. Okay.
and Augie March.
Augie March. Okay.
Yeah, I think this would be a hard G, Augie.
Augie.
And then Hole.
Hole.
Yeah.
Hole.
And
the W has no sound.
the W has no sound.
Okay. Hole.
Good. Luis, very deep. What does it mean?
It's a it's a good text. It's a deep. It's a strange text. So have in common ideas. I don't know, different ideas. It's very different text.
It's maybe a very different text.
Yes.
Yeah,
This
just
is
mean
discredited. So Velvet's the role success. The voice of the dead goes away. It sounds like I don't know.
what do you think? Can you make a guess? I mean, so death discredits, the voice of the dead goes away, there isn't any memory. The power that's established fills the earth, and the destiny is whatever survives. So whatever is
don't know.
right.
I think it's like Star Wars. I don't know.
I think it's like Star Wars. I don't know. Okay.
Yes, I don't know.
Okay, it's a tricky one. Lawson, do you have any ideas?
About this quotation?
Yeah.
I think it's about voice of the that goes away, and the survivor why did it go away, and the survival whole is the whole success. I think this quotation is about Halloween.
About Halloween?
Yes.
Why Halloween?
Because in 30 October, I think we.
Well, I'm slightly confused. It is October. I guess October and Halloween do deal with death. The survivor is the whole success. Okay. Senya, can you add anything to this?
Yes, I think this quotation about present life, you should forget everything about the past, and you should think about the present. Present in your life, and just about present. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, so you think it's kind of giving advice. You should do these things.
Live in that day and forget about previous day. I think something about that.
Okay. I think that's a good interpretation. Heidi, do you agree with Ksenia or do you disagree? Do you have your own interpretation?
Yes.
Yes, you do agree with Ksenia, or you disagree with Ksenia, or you do have your own interpretation?
Yes.
I'm not sure what that means. Can you explain?
Nothing to add.
Okay. And so do you I mean, do you agree with that then? Do you think that you should live in the present and forget about the past? I mean, yeah. I think there's way more to be said about this, at least even in your own interpretation of this idea of living in the present. Do you think that's something that you should do? Should you forget about the past? Is it sound advice?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Gregor, what do you think?
Well, I completely disagree with the rest of the people about this quotation. It's more about, it's like death is the kind of symbolism of our issues that we have. So one of the things that I notice here, that survival is when we are overcoming our difficulties. And in this case, the voice is actually has this meaning. It's like a final point that we achieved something in our life, and there isn't any memory about the people who couldn't overcome their difficult situation in their lives.
Situations in their lives. Okay, I think that's a good interpretation as well. So overcoming difficulties is kind of survival, and if you don't overcome, there is no memory of you. Good. Okay. Okay, this is actually maybe to give you some context. This is Stalin versus Trotsky, who at this time was in Mexico. And Julieta, so with that background, does that add anything?
Why are they in Mexico?
Trotsky's in Mexico. Trotsky is in Mexico because he's fleeing from Stalin. So more history, Stalin is trying to kill Trotsky when Trotsky is in Mexico. They both have different ideas about something, obviously.
He actually killed Trotsky in Mexico.
Yeah. At the time of this quotation, Trotsky has not been killed yet.
Okay.
But yeah, for sure.
So he wants to survive, and for him death would be a discredit?
Yeah, I think to...
Oh.
So, I guess more about like the value of ideas. Even if you have a good idea, if you die, that idea
you lose, you are dead. So you cannot win, and your ideas will be erased forever.
Yeah, and if you have a bad idea but survive, your idea survives as well, and is therefore more right. And I like this quotation because you can totally disagree with it. Or you could agree with it. I mean, so with that idea that survival is right and death is wrong, do you agree or do you disagree, Julieta?
Sometimes ideas are not, do not fit the time. It's just that, and so they will be reborn in the future, but taken from the past.
Okay, in the future and taken from the past. Okay, so that's kind of saying the opposite in that, you know, just because an idea survives a time, if the person dies, the idea can kind of come back. So good. I think that's good. So slightly different than this. And anyways, that's good. Does anybody have any questions? This was a complicated one. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Okay. Let's go. Julieta, can you ask Heidi the first question?
Heidi, what factors are important to you when choosing a book to read?
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
What factors are important to you when choosing a book to read?
Most important thing is the author.
We're missing an article.
And before buying, some advertisement appeared on the newspaper or something. There are a little summary or something. If it interesting, if it's interesting, I will buy it.
Okay. Missing a verb?
It.
Okay, good. And before buying, I think this is more of a general thing, so the present tense. The present tense? Okay, appears. And we need to change this preposition. Yes? In the newspaper. And does anybody know what article is missing from this first sentence?
At the beginning, the most important thing.
Yeah, good. Really well done. Most important thing is the author. Okay. And Heidi, can you ask Edson the next question?
I'm sorry.
Can you ask Edson the next question?
Are there any writing styles you especially like or dislike? Explain.
Yes, I like the science fiction. Science fiction, you learn about the physics, maths, and you learn as well the context and the history of the world, maybe. Because to write a science fiction book, you need to know all these subjects about physics and I don't know, maybe the maths and history and the culture as well. And you need to provide details and good examples as well for your style of writing. And let's see. And I don't like let's see, I don't like about romantic styles because it's so I don't know how I can say this. It's not good. It's just kind of, oh, I love you and I love you too, and blah blah blah, things like that. And
okay,
all right.
I don't like romantic styles because it is. We've got a problem of number. So it is and romantic styles is plural.
Okay, they are.
They're so not good.
I don't know how I can say this in English. The words, specific words, exactly words that you need to use for this. But anyway, describe just like it's not good and so dramatic and I don't know.
Okay. I don't know. Science fiction, you learned about math, physics, math in the context of the history of the world, maybe. Create a science fiction book, you need to know all these subjects. As well for your style of writing, maybe in this style of writing. Okay, but I think that's good. Really well done. And Edson, can you ask Xiomara the next question?
Xiomara, have you ever tried to read a book in English?
Yes, I have.
Okay, what book?
Any kind. Most likely I read about social problems, about self-help groups, and self-help books.
Okay. Do you like reading in English?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you prefer to read in English or in your native language? Or in Spanish?
Since I'm trying to master the English language, so I try to read more in English than in my language. But I really like English better than Spanish.
Okay. I really like English better than Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know. I had this love for this language for such a long time, so I really don't know why.
Okay.
It's all more intellectual. They use different words to describe things in a different way than us.
Okay. Interesting. Nice. I think that's a good answer. Yeah. Awesome. And Adela, welcome to class. How's it going? Okay, maybe not yet. Let's read through some of these idioms. Wilson, can you read through the idioms?
Yes, idioms. Bookworm, hit the books, one for the books, an open book.
Nice. Do you know any of these, Wilson? Do you know any of these?
I think the last one, an open book.
What's it mean?
I am an open book. Everybody knows everything about me. That you have no secrets, okay? I'm an open book.
Yeah. If you have no secrets. Well done.
Yeah.
Really good job. And Lawson, what about you? Do you know any of these?
Open book.
We've already gone through an open book. So one of the other ones. Do you know any of the others?
One.
So bookworm, hit the books, or one for the books.
I don't know anyone.
Okay, they're tricky. Ksenia, what about you?
Maybe bookworm is person who likes to read a lot.
Who likes
to read a lot.
Yeah. Nicely done. And Lawson, can you make a sentence with?
One quick question. A worm is a little animal that you use to fish. Is that the animal? Worm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, the bookworm. Strange.
And yeah, so can you use it in a sentence? Can you use bookworm in a sentence?
For me, like a question.
Excuse me?
It's for me?
Yes, Lawson. Do you think you could use the bookworm in a sentence?
Yes. My daughter is a bookworm.
Can you explain more? Can you add to that sentence?
She likes read every time.
She likes to read?
She likes reading every time.
You could say she likes reading.
every time.
Not. You could say all.
All time.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time. Okay. So yeah. Can you read the whole sentence one more time, Lawson?
My daughter is a bookworm. She likes reading all the time.
Good. Okay. And Heidi, one of the remaining two?
Read the book. Or study hard.
Study hard.
It's time to hit the books.
Nice. Time to hit the books. And Ksenia, you missed a sentence too. You just explained. So can you make a sentence with one of the ones that we know, Ksenia?
I need hit the books because I'm going to pass English test. I need to hit? I don't know. Where is my tooth tonight?
It's okay. Yeah, because I'm going to pass the English test. Good. And the last one, Grzegorz. What about one for the books?
Actually, I don't know the meaning of it. It's the only one.
Okay. Can you make us? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
It will be hard to make the sentence without knowing the meaning of it. One of the books, maybe it is that we read one book in a time. I don't know.
Not quite. Giulietta, what do you think?
One for the books is a memorable event.
A memorable event. Yeah.
Okay, now I can make a sentence.
Go ahead.
The last party on the vacation, on my vacation, was one for the books.
Perfect. Yeah, the last party on my vacation was one for the books. Perfect. Nicely done. And we are just about out of time. Does anybody have any last questions?
No.
Okay. And yeah, thanks for coming in. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon. We've got another class coming up right now. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you there. And if not, thanks for coming in.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, guys.